Hello everybody and welcome or welcome back to my channel, the place where we make fun of the morons we see out here on the road, a bit like the driver of this white Golf who makes Forrest Gump look like Stephen Hawking. Or this idiot who's showing us that he's got as much frontal lobe development as an unhatched chicken. Or maybe this donut going the wrong way on the dual carriageway at night who's definitely missing a few dots off of his dice. Or what about this mug in the Audi who's definitely going to learn one day that the 4 circles of privilege can inflate your ego, but they can shrink your no-claims bonus to non-existent. Now, there are some people out there who strive for greatness, and there's others who keep pushing to reach goals. But this dunce who's driving the Mini, his life obviously isn't about goal achievement, it's all about regret management. Here's David approaching a roundabout here. Now, we know what it says in the highway code: slow down, give way to traffic from the immediate right. But for some drivers, the highway code is obviously as pointless as a reversing light on a space shuttle. Speaking of space shuttles, have a look at this right space cadet who Moosa's behind. Bright green car, dim driver, hazard lights on, stops momentarily at the red light only to just drive straight through. If common sense was money, you would expect to see him in an episode of Can't Pay Will Take It Away very soon indeed. Now, Graham's on a 4-lane carriageway, as we can see, but he's about to be joined by Joe Blunt Recovery Service as he nearly takes out the front of his car there. And they could be nodding off, falling asleep, or possibly under the influence of drink or recreational substances, but one thing he ain't under the influence of is intelligence and common sense as he drifts across again. Sharp as a ball of wool, that one. Here's David negotiating this rather busy interchange. He's also going to have to negotiate the cupcake in the black pickup truck, who just pulls straight out without looking. But fair play to the massive helmet, at least he knows how he drives and what he is, so he's fitted the appropriate registration number to his pickup, albeit missing one letter. Someone else who definitely needs that registration on their vehicle is this next non-reader, as they come flying round the corner too fast on the wrong side of the road, clips one car and then clips another parked car. Backwardsness personified. Here's Cool Cat, and he's just slowing down for this set of temporary traffic lights here. But when you're a low-capacity flake that never really embraced school, learning, or the concept of wanting a mental age older than 7, then driving through blatant red traffic lights is going to be as normal and natural for him as when he starts an argument in an empty room. So Red Eye 714 has just pulled up behind this truck just to let this oncoming vehicle come through, as you do. It's give and take, isn't it? Well, that is, of course, unless you're a proper garden tool whose family tree's missing a few branches, in which case you just overtake everything and just keep going. That melt is so dim he could develop his own photos outside. This is from Peter I. Now, just look at the arrogance and self-entitlement of this Burke in the Merc. Now, you could catch up with that delinquent and explain all his wrongdoings to him, but if you did, you'd need lots of time, lots of big bits of paper and lots of crayons. Okay, so staying on the theme of the Mercedes driver that needs crayons and paper to communicate successfully, we got this from Samantha A. And as you can see, she's on a country road with double white lines, being followed by a paint chip eater in a white Mercedes Sprinter who's about to achieve the perfect trifecta of driving like a massive ship's anchor, breaking the law and displaying the SpongeBob-like mentality all in one. His mum always told him he was special. Right, we're on board with Andrew R here, and he's just about to go through this junction. And even though the traffic light is green, you've still got to be careful, because you never know when some bottom feeder with the intelligence of a Bisto gravy granule is just going to pull across and smash your motor into pieces, or write your car off, as was in Andrew's case. Now, the driver of the red Prius gave a load of false details, and when the police actually went to get him, they found out he was here illegally, and everyone there just said, no, he's gone back home. But luckily, Andrew had the foresight to have uninsured driver coverage added to his policy. So that's something definitely worth thinking about. Now, I know some people that drive Range Rovers with black windows get a lot of stick, but look at this charitable individual donating one of his mountain bikes to the National Trust. Acts like that really restore your faith in humanity. Here's Tom K having to negotiate a rather bewildered-looking Mercedes driver who looks as confused as a fart in a colander, not knowing which hole he wants to come out of. Now, that last idiot was definitely confused, but this origami umbrella who's driving in front of Stephen makes looking confused seem like a life hack. If ignorance is bliss, they must be the happiest person on their road. Ecstatic 24/7. Okay, so the person who sent me this clip didn't give me their name and there's no sound on it, so we can't hear if the truck's indicating or not. But either way, moves over to the left and bingo, makes contact with a car. Now, either the truck driver didn't look before he pulled over to the left, or he did, and at the last minute, the car come flying up the inside. Would you lot reckon? And here's another HGV cam from Nick the old school trucker. Now pay attention to them road markings and where that little white car is, because you'll be seeing them again in a little while. Now Nicky's going round to the left here once he pulls off from these lights, but as you'll see from the road markings, he's entitled to be in this lane to go round to the left. And from the left, that little white car we saw earlier comes to the right and kisses the front of his truck. Now, as you all saw, you could hardly see that little white car, and that was a view from the camera on the windscreen. The driver sees even less than that. It don't matter how badly you need to get across or who's in the right, let the truck go and go behind it. This from Steve L. Nothing quite says, I can still only eat with a spoon and I still have arguments with my mum and dad about what time I have to go to bed, like putting a jet ski on a trailer and forgetting to strap it down. Thicker than a medieval knight's codpiece, that one. Okay, so Richard's just pulling up at these red traffic lights here, but unfortunately the chimp in the suit that's driving the white car in front doesn't feel the need to stop. And then this plank, who's obviously still suffering from arthritis of the hippocampus, just goes sailing straight through as well. Okay, so this is from Candy_Butcher69, and you're going to love this one. Now, Captain Clueless, who just went flying past there, doesn't realise it's a 20-mile-an-hour limit down here in Marylebone Road, but the police certainly know it's a 20-mile-an-hour limit. That McDonald's thick shake was pedal to the metal and brain on the floor, and now the police are behind him waiting to initiate a traffic stop and bust his sorry arse. And meanwhile, Candy Butcher69 is in pursuit of the police like a field reporter following them to get the shot. We all appreciate the effort, thank you, mate. And there he is talking to the police, trying to think of some bollocks to come out with. I love it. This one's from Paul G, and you're looking at the Amazon employee of the month here, who's just delivering a package to Paul's house, and then just in the background you can see Paul's car parked up there. Now, this exemplary employee of Amazon goes out of his way not only to deliver your packages in a safe and timely manner, but to make sure that your car ends up more smashed than Katie Price. You got more chance of sending a text while wearing a pair of oven gloves than them lot not driving around and hitting anything. But hang on a minute, let's be a bit positive here. Let's not be negative all the way about Amazon drivers. There's a lot of really good Amazon drivers out there, but my God, there's so many bad ones. I bet they go through more accident report forms than the dysentery ward in the hospital goes through toilet tissue. Now, Amazon drivers ain't always in their vans. Sometimes they're in their cars. They're easy to spot. You know you spot them because they do the same shit in their cars as they do in their vans. Anyway, here's Peter T driving along, minding his own business, probably on his way home. He's had a long day, as we all do when we're at work. And the last thing he needs at this moment in time is a low-capacity cretin who is to intelligence what barnacles are to a ship's hull on the wrong side of the road. You've all heard of Samo bin Laden, the terrorist. Well, that's his cousin, Samo bin Drinking. We're on board with Jim Bexley Speed. Now, this clip is going to prove to you that as a species, mankind is slowly regressing back into pond life. Don't believe me? Just watch as this smooth-brained flat earther just pulls straight out in front of Jim. The only time that mug will never look stupid is when you close your eyes. Guys, if you like what you're seeing, I'll put a smile on your face. Can you do me a favour and hit that little like and subscribe button down below if you haven't done it already? Thank you. Right, let's have a look at some 2-wheel-2 brain cell morons. Oh, just quickly, and in case you've missed it, I've set up a WhatsApp account just for the purpose for you to send video clips to as well as email. I'll put the number down in the description down below. Right, let's have a look at these idiots. Okay, so first out the gate, we've got this from Robert42. Now, this woman with the 2 little kids in the front of the bike, she's come across a very busy road into oncoming traffic on the wrong side of the road. I really don't like them because you're just putting kids at the mercy of every idiot out there like the ones we've just been watching. On board with Ollie H on his bike, and he's just waiting for these traffic lights to turn green. Now, just look at this 2-wheel-2 brain cell armpit sniffer here. She's definitely got a learning curve. Was flatter than a cockroach at a clog dancing festival, that one. And here's another Darwin Award nominee from Musa. Just have a look at this Just Eat rider. Look, I've had bowel movements that have ended up blocking my U-bend in my toilet that have more mental agility and intelligence than what that reprobate's got. Now, in that last clip, we saw the highway code getting violated, but in this clip, the cyclist himself gets violated in the worst possible way by his own back wheel. Oh! Now, as you all young parents know, when you got babies and you need some food, you go to Cowan Gate, but when you want to laugh, you watch a Muppet ride into a gate. If it's nice, we play it twice. 1 minute it's all go, go, go. Next minute it's, oh, fuck, no. Okay. Now, cyclists may be able to defy the highway code. They may even be able to defy traffic laws. But one thing they can't defy is the laws of gravity once they lose their balance. And here's another hapless individual that never received the laws of gravity starter pack when they got their new bike. Here's Joe Blunt on his new bike, getting his mate to film him, and he goes down. Let's have another look. Here he comes. Front wheel locks up on that big boulder, sends him over the handlebars, and he ends up dining al fresco on rocks, sand and dog's piss. Well, that's it for this one, everybody. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe. I'll put a playlist there on the right if you want to watch some more of my videos. Thanks to everyone who sent in clips. I'm going for a beer or 6 or 7 or 8. Have a good weekend, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.